in the morning, when I wake up very early in the morning, in most cases it's very quiet. Normally, on a normal day, it's very loud, people moving up and down. But in the morning, it's very quiet, it's very serene. Nothing much is happening. Everything is moving slowly.
We have Papa.
When it rains at night, you're awake. You're awake because you don't know, sometimes maybe where you're sleeping, the roof is leaking. So you might be sleeping, maybe you are very tired and you're going to a very deep sleep, and then you feel water on your cheek or in your face, and you're like, okay, it has started raining. You wake up and it's heavy, and then you find that there are a few parts that are leaking, then you have to have a bucket. So if it rains at night, you're going to be awake. If that happens to you at night, in most cases, you wake up the next day, chances are high you may not go to work, the children may not go to school, because then you're going to have to do clean up in the house. You have to wait for the things to dry. So your schedule the next day is going to be difficult for you to manage.
I've been a community journalist for some time. I started with Network of Active Citizens as a community journalist back then in 2019, covering different stories around climate change, waste management, and youth involvement in taking action at community level. But what really sparked the thought of me coming up with an idea around storytelling was actually around 2022, when we had opened up our own restaurant with my little brother in the lowlands. And then heavy rains came, and tell you what, by the time they called us, we found everything like fully merged in the waters, in the floods. We had to give up on the restaurant. That was it. If I've ever learned a skill about telling people's stories, sharing their experiences, why not do something that can, continue this on and on, rather instead of me sleeping on that skill. Most of the times when what we see with traditional media, well, they cover stories, but most of the times the real voices of the people or the experiences of the people are not really fully covered. Yes, my name is Drake, and I work with Green Media. That is an organization under NAC. Yes, I've been a CJ with a Network of Active Citizens. And tell me about this area, this place.
Okay. I remember I was sleeping and I was staying with my cousin sister, and I just woke up and found the water. Actually, she woke me up and told me there's water in the house. And I saw the water, I was very shocked, I was very pissed. Yes, because even here where we are standing was flooded by water up to the main road. Are you seeing where that trench is? Okay. Yes, people would not come past that side.
So when you talk about flooding, that's a pandemic in our society.
That fateful day, what really happened?
Yeah, it was around 2 a.m. in the morning. When it was raining, water started entering here. Very much water. From where? All of a sudden, I just picked up my baby. just talk to the neighbor, which are the other side, up there. To my surprise, I came when all houses are down. All houses down.
Okay. In the due course, didn't people, lose lives?
Yeah, we lost 2. Now imagine your kid passing here on this bridge. And in Italy, floods are here, diseases, hygiene, everything.
When the rain comes, that same water will come to your house, and still you have to stay. You have to stay. I don't know if I'm painting any image in you. You understand? Far beyond what you hear on the stories. That is how tough it is when you're living, in such a community.
When I was younger, around 8, 9, I used to hate water because it used to me, I believed it was more dangerous to us. We didn't see much. I didn't see much in water. I didn't think about the fact that I used to use it to cook, to do house chores, or to how I used to use it in my daily life. I only considered the negativity of water, that it used to enter my house and then I could have sleepless nights.
It's actually not until you traverse these places that you realize, this is life unimaginable.
They have started to raise their buildings so that the water doesn't. The toilets are raised. Some of the houses are also raised.
The situation. What is the experience of you, the people around here?
So let's say it's in the morning and it's raining heavily. The children won't go to school. The place really gets flooded, and normally people's work is put to a standstill because of the rain. Finally, the government had, and they constructed it not so long ago.
Okay.
Yes, so that was a good thing for us because now it starts from a water source, the major water source we have. It's a well, and then the water flows as it continues downwards. But then no one takes care of it. So as you can see, there's grass growing in it. It doesn't really look like a trench anymore, unless the youth, obviously, you go and find your own way. You look when you want change, you don't sit back. You go hunting for it. Youths who I normally find taking drugs, what they were digging. There was rubbish there. That whole area had rubbish, but they cleared it, and I don't know where they took it, but the place was cleared.
Let me take you back to water stewardship. With its concept of using the mind, heart, and the hands. It starts with the person, and then it spreads across the community. You understand? But the community cannot in any way participate if they don't feel attached to what is happening in their community.
I think maybe that's something that you should also talk about. What is the best for this space? But from a water perspective, there's definitely a potential of managing some of the water that we see is running off, like the runoff from
Kizoro is coming. the water still come back. That's why I'm telling you, we keep on renovating the places all the time. Now, such people, water still comes, and then they renovate, and then it comes, and then they renovate, and then it comes. It is a temporary thing that they can do for the meantime when they don't have money. But when someone gets money, they would want to raise their houses again. That's why they face those challenges. Sometimes I don't see myself here in the next 5 years or 10.
As home. Home is where you're going to find happiness. That even regardless of everything that you go through during the day, you have somewhere that you're going to return to, where people are going to be happy for you. People are going to be happy to see you. People are going to be glad that you're there, that you're in their lives. People who are going to be your emergency calls when you need something, and maybe when you're stuck somewhere and you need someone to help you, you'll have to call home. The people, the friends, that is home.
As you know, water stewardship is also about all the relationships that you build, the network that you start to create now.
It will be easy for us to manage that rubbish, and like once in a while we go and clean it up. And then also at the point where it's covered, maybe we can have a manhole so that you can go down there and clean.
Amazing.
So like we saw that once that is done, the water coming from the different parts will easily go down, and then with all those other solutions connected, it won't move as fast and it won't affect the people down that much, and then at the end of the day our place would also be looking good. No, that is post, not sweet one. Map.
What's the place name?
We had what we used to call community work, or what we used to call bulungi bwansi. Direct translation would be for the good of the community. Was that we return that spirit of working together, that spirit of Ubuntu, like I am because we are. Everything you do, you shouldn't be selfish. You should be doing this together as a whole.
In those moments of joy, you find, and where you find the people coming together, that is when you find a reason to live. You find hope, and you see that it's that you put everything that you're going through aside, and you remember that you're not alone. That is the community that you are living in.
In these settlements, I will never sleep hungry when my neighbor is around. That is the kind of spirit, that spirit of nature, Mother Nature, that is bred and not seen elsewhere. This can be managed, well managed.
Before it was me, I didn't care. It was on a personal, everything I did was on a personal level. But then, after I discovered that what I do will affect the rest of the community, it won't affect only me, it will affect everyone in one way or another. So you start seeing that what I can do as one person can make a difference. Yes, we may see water as something that's dead, but there is nothing in this world that's really dead. It's just speaking a language that maybe you're not understanding, and if you give it time, you may get, there's a certain way that you may feel, or there is something that you may learn from it. They're all part of our daily life. Water is part of us, and we are going to journey with it till our last breath.